Begin the tote bag by cutting 2 pieces of 16-inch by 16-inch square pieces of fabric, 2 pieces of 16-inch by 16-inch non-woven fusible interfacing, and 2 pieces of your desired strap length of webbing. With the glue or textured side down on the wrong side of the fabric or the technical back of the fabric, press the interfacing to each piece of fabric. Place a press cloth under the fabric. Serge the 3 edges of each side of the 2 fused fabric pieces separately. You may leave the top unserged as you will be folding that down in a hem. After you've serged both sides, you have the option to add pockets by marking the placement and top stitching the pockets on the inner or outer pieces of the fabric. Mark 1/2 inch away from the serged edge of the 3 sides of one piece of fabric on the wrong or the interface side with wax chalk. Pin the 2 pieces of fabric together with the right sides or the technical faces touching on the chalk line. Pin at each corner and then 1 pin in between. Be sure to check on the other side that you're catching all of the fabric in the seam allowance and that you won't be sewing directly on the serge line. Beginning and ending with a backstitch, sew the 3 sides of the fabric together using a 2.5 length stitch length. Pivot at the corners by leaving the needle of the machine in the fabric, using the knee lever to lift and lower the presser foot, and then continue to sew. When you are complete, be sure to clip all loose threads as close as possible, and then press the seams open at the iron. To box the bottom corners, pin in the ditch, which is where the seam line meets your 2 pieces of fabric through both side and bottom layers. Use the pin through method to be sure that the pin is going directly through the center ditch on each side. Mark your stitch line at 1.5 inches from the corner tips on each side. You'll be lining up a center line of the ruler directly on the ditch and then using the wax chalk to draw the line. Beginning and ending with a backstitch, sew on the chalk line on each side. Clip the loose threads when you're done. Remove the end of the box corners by matching the left edge of the serger presser foot with the stitch line. Serge both corners separately and cut or hide the serge tail. Measure and mark 1/2 inch down from the top edge of the fabric on the right or the technical face of the fabric. Press the top of the 1/2 inch seam allowance down. I like to begin by putting both of the centers together and pressing them, and then continuing to do this with each of the side seams and then pressing through the rest of the hem. Measure and pin 1 inch down at the 2 center fronts and the 2 side seams, and then go around and be sure to measure and mark that the entire hem is at 1 inch. Press the top hem down at 1 inch all the way around the top. Stitch the top hem at the 7/8 inch or 1 inch line. Be sure to match up your presser foot evenly with the bottom edge of the turn of your hem and the turned edge on the right side of your fabric with the line at 1 inch or 7/8 of an inch. At the end, clip your threads and press the top hem flat. To To start the straps, burn the raw edges of the webbing with a lighter by running water for safety. Mark the desired strap placement on the bag. If creating handles, mark the center line, fold and pin that center line in place, and then mark 2 inches to either side of the pin and pin the strap in half in place. This will give you something easy to hold on to for your handle and the strap. Beginning and ending with a backstitch, stitch down at 1/8 of an inch on the 2 raw edges of the webbing to secure the handle. Pin the strap ends on the inside of the bag. Stitch a square to secure the straps to the top hem. You may also choose to stitch an X for extra security on the strap. After securing the straps, be sure to press your bag and all chalk marks. Clip your loose threads and add any desired details. Congratulations! You have now completed your tote bag. Enjoy!